Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Justin Riley, and we're going to be talking about a very new and unique way of getting around town. And I'm sitting here with Matt Brueggeman, who is the co-founder of Flux Mopeds. Matt, welcome to the program.
Hi, Justin. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about Flux Mopeds before the interview started, and this is such a really cool, unique concept. Can you tell us a little bit more about Flux?
Flux is a 100% electric moped, perfect for getting around town, easy to use. It's just much better than the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Why go electric?
Why go electric? Because it's easier, it's better, it's quieter, it's more fun, it's less expensive. Why not go electric?
Yeah, why not go electric?
Exactly.
It's a better question. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, cool. So tell us a little bit about the range and speed. I mean, is this something that we can take out on the highway, or is this mainly for going out?
This is for in town.
Sure.
It's perfect for in and around Madison. It's perfect for around the square. It goes 30 miles an hour and at least 20 miles in a single charge. The range can be doubled with the uses of a second battery for up to 40 miles per charge. And it's just great for 30, 35 miles. You get in, you get on it. I can go from our dealership and up and around the square 2-3 minutes. Another awesome benefit is that because it's licensed as a moped, it can be parked at bike racks, and you don't need a motorcycle license to drive it.
So just a regular Class D license?
Regular driver's license. Anybody above the age of 16 can ride it.
Wow, very cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So now, is Flux your brand? Did you create that?
It is. We've developed it over the last 6 years. The dealership opened officially in April of 2014.
Okay.
And we've developed this from the ground up. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world, and it's an awesome product.
Very cool. So you opened up in April of 2014.
Yes.
You said 6 years.
6 years. We started this concept in 2008.
Wow.
Yes. It's a motor vehicle. It's a very complicated product.
Sure.
It's been something that it's been our baby, but we work with manufacturers and we work with American engineers to make sure that this meets all of the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards and is built for the American market.
Right. Right on. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll be honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of these around.
Yeah.
Are there any others in town? Or?
So we are, according to what I know, we are the first licensed electric moped dealership in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay. In the whole state?
In the whole state.
Wow.
And one of the first in the Midwest.
Wow.
And there are electric motorcycle dealerships, but one of the things that we bring to the market is that we're priced very competitively with the gas mopeds that exist today. So somebody can ride our electric moped that's less expensive to operate, more fun, better for the environment for the same money, which traditionally when you think about electric cars or electric motorcycles, people can say it's upwards of 3 to 4 times the cost for buying a similar product that's gas combustion.
So people who would come into your dealership are going to be pretty surprised at the prices.
Everyone has been, yes. They look at it and people are assuming that it's going to be more expensive, and then when looking at the price, to take it very seriously right away.
Very cool. Tell us about your location.
Yes, so currently, as of today, we're located at 710 Williamson Street. We will be moving as of March 2015, and I encourage everybody to look at our website for more details.
Awesome. And I'm curious, what is the significance of your T-shirt that you're wearing?
100% of cotton. Well, we support 100% cotton T-shirts.
Okay.
And it's 100% electric, so we don't do anything 98% of the way.
You're 100% all the way.
100% all the way.
Well, very good. Well, Matt, I want to thank you so much for coming on our program today.
Thank you very much.
Go downtown while they're still at Williamson Street and check out their dealership, Flux Mopeds.
And you see them around town.
Yep, and you'll see them around town. Matt Brueggeman, co-founder of Flux Mopeds. When we come back to Talk of the Town, we'll be talking to the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. So don't go away. There's more Talk of the Town to come. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town, and as you might be able to see, it is a great day for us at CW57 because we have cheese here. And I'm joined by Heather Porter Engwall, who is from the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you for bringing this great spread. It looks wonderful, and the smell is just awesome. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm a huge cheese fanatic. Tell us a little bit about the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and what exactly you guys do.
Sure. Well, we were funded over 20 years ago as a nonprofit. We're funded by the dairy farm families of the state with really one main mission, and that is to increase demand for not only consumption, but also awareness for dairy products, particularly Wisconsin cheese. 90% of the milk that's produced here in the state actually goes into cheese making.
Wow.
So as an organization, we spend a lot of our time and energy and effort working with anyone who really is interested in learning more and promoting cheese. We work with chefs from around the country, retailers, and then of course we create a lot of pieces and awareness for consumers to utilize cheese in their recipes and their day-to-day life, but then also for pairings and holiday entertaining like this.
Right on. So how can people support Wisconsin dairy products during the holidays?
Well, it's really easy. You know, to create a cheese board like this can be really, really simple, but it can really impress, you know, your guests and your friends and family. Mm-hmm. I, for one, travel during the holiday season, so it's nice for me to take cheese like this and accompaniments to share with my friends and family without having to make something ahead and then worry about, you know, traveling with it. And this is just a really nice thing to do. You can also utilize, you know, this in your everyday life. Including real dairy products is a great way to be healthy and be smart about the food you choose. But you know, holiday entertaining with Wisconsin cheese can be a really nice way to showcase dairy to your friends and family.
Absolutely, and especially those folks who maybe come from outside of the state. I know everybody loves to come to Wisconsin, especially if they're not even from the Midwest, to try that Wisconsin cheese. Squeaky cheese curds and so forth. So you talked a little bit about pairing earlier. What's the best way to pair Wisconsin cheese with other foods and beverages?
Well, I always say the best pairing is one that tastes good. So people, you know, think there's some science to it, and really there's not. I encourage people to really kind of taste their way through some of the ideas that they might want to try. To put together a cheese board like this, you're going to want to select 3 to 5 cheeses. Usually use between 3 and 5 ounces per person per cheese. And you can also go to your local grocery store. We have great specialty retailers here in the state. Fromagination is here in Madison, Metcalf's, and actually ask the cheesemonger to let you sample and help you guide through which cheeses to select for your entertaining.
Cheesemonger, is that a thing?
It is a thing. It's a title on a business card.
That's great. Wow, I want that title. Tell me a little bit more about your online digital magazine, which is called Great Pair Share. Yeah,
so a few years ago, we decided to create a magazine really devoted to cheese. And to date, we have over 20 million views on the magazine. Over 20 million people have seen it. We create a new issue about 3 or 4 times a year. You can visit eatwisconsincheese.com to see the most recent one. We partner with bloggers and cheese experts to create some really great seasonal, on-trend recipes for us. And really the highlight is cheese. So 50 pages of recipes, pairing ideas, all kinds of great ways to utilize Wisconsin cheese.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we can't go anywhere until I've had the opportunity to try one of these. So
great.
Tell me, if I'm going to start anywhere, where should I start? Where do you think I should start?
Well, usually you want to start with a more mild flavor, so I would actually start with the Spanish cheddar here.
This right here?
Yep. So
okay.
Wisconsin has over 600 varieties, styles, and types of cheese that we produce here, so really it's endless. This one in particular, we're known for our cheddar. We're the #1 cheddar producing state, and this one was cave aged, and it's got some raw milk in it, so it's really nice and flavorful.
It's very flavorful.
And as you kind of work your way around the cheese, you want to start with the youngest or mildest flavor, and then work your way up. So we have a 10-year-old cheddar, you know, another raw milk raw strain cheese, and then a cheddar blue.
Awesome, awesome. Heather Porter Engwall, thank you so much for joining us. Eat cheese this holiday season. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Great. Thanks. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Eileen Stevens from Fired Up Nutrition in Stoughton. Eileen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here because we're going to be talking a little bit about wellness coaching today. And I'm just curious, what is a wellness coach?
Well, what a wellness coach is we help people reach their desired results. They can be struggling to achieve a goal or to break a plateau. We provide them the support system that they need to reach those goals. They aren't always happy with some of the advice we give them because it's personal accountability. And the big thing is you've got to have that mindset. We help them, through their struggles and, provide them the support that they need. And sometimes we believe in them more than they believe in themselves, which can get them through a hurdle.
Right, and which means you're not always going to tell them what they want to hear, but you'll tell them what they need to hear.
What they need to hear.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, that's important.
Correct.
Have you had personal success using this type of program?
I have. In fact, I sought out a wellness coach a little over 5 years ago, and I've struggled with weight my entire life. She helped me through the process. I mean, she was my rock. She was the one that guided me. It was an easy process, but yet it's hard. And what the hard part is my own personal accountability. And that's what I had to do. I had to stop blaming work. I had to stop blaming stress. I had to stop blaming the fast-paced life, because ultimately I am responsible for myself. And that was the hard part. It's easy to blame others.
Yeah.
And when I stopped blaming others and taking my own, I had results. I used to do a lot of physical activity, 10 hours of intense training a week. I was still overweight. I was, in fact, still gaining weight, so something was not right. And when I took my coach's advice and I went to an 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, 100% personal accountability, it just started happening. I went from a size 18, 20, probably should have been saying a 22 really, down to a size 10, and I'm still working towards my personal best goal.
Excellent.
So,
excellent. Well, obviously we wish you the best of luck. And,
thanks.
and we look forward to that. It's a great
an
journey.
ongoing. It is. It's
Yeah.
an ongoing,
Yeah.
ongoing journey. It always is. So
now you mentioned weight loss. Do you do, is that specifically what you do, is just weight loss, or do you work with people in other areas of wellness?
we work in all areas of wellness. Weight loss, of course, is the number one thing that people strive for. But we also, there's people that want to maintain but need a healthy nutritional program. We have people that need to gain weight, which is very stressful and hard for them to do when they need to gain weight. We work with athletes who are looking for their optimal performance. They might be looking for increased endurance or prolonged energy, and we have a clean process for them to reach those goals. We have people that are looking to boost their metabolism, increase their energy, and there's just people that are simply sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we can help them with that.
Yes, yes. That's awesome that you work in so many different facets of wellness and that you're able to provide people what they need based on what their needs are.
Right,
so,
right.
very
We work
cool.
with them at what they're looking for. So,
we talked a little bit about accountability. Can you elaborate on why does this program work so well?
we work at the cellular level, so many programs work kind of a Band-Aid approach or cosmetic, and unless you get down to the cellular level in the nutrition program, you likely won't have long-term or sustainable results. And many times you'll see people that work so hard to reach their goals only to put that weight back on and even more, and then they're more frustrated. So we work with them to take it to the next level and be able to maintain those results long-term.
Awesome. Do you guys host any community events or anything like that?
We do, actually. We have weight loss challenges, we have body transformation challenges, and in fact I'm doing registrations for both of those right now. Of course, the new year's coming up, and that's everybody's number one, is to tone up, lose weight. So we have a couple challenges that I'm taking registrations for now. In some areas we do cardio drumming, fit camps, there's all kinds of events going on out there, and I'm always looking, to connect with gyms and personal trainers to refer clients to as well for their own individual program.
So you actually get some referrals off of gym memberships and so forth?
Yes,
cool.
Most definitely.
Wow. Tell us very briefly, we just have a couple seconds left, tell us why you do what you do.
I do what I do because of the satisfaction you get out of it. When you can see people change, it is amazing. In fact, I had one individual who's a client of ours. He was just at a business networking meeting, and he was telling people how he loves to come in. And he does that because he says it's such a positive atmosphere. And it's the support system and everything else. And when you can see people gain their confidence, gain their self-confidence, their attitude changes, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great to be part of that, to know you were able to help them achieve that. And you gain some great friendships.
Eileen Stevens, I want to thank you so much for the information and for joining us today.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Fired Up Nutrition in Stoughton. When we come back to Talk of the Town, if one of your New Year's resolutions was to take scuba lessons, this is the interview that you want to see. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with JoAnn Hoffman, who is the lead instructor for MadisonScuba. JoAnn, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
This should be a really interesting topic. I'm really excited to hear more about it. You know, we've all seen scuba divers. I mean, we've seen on television, if nowhere else, but a lot of us haven't actually done it. I'm curious to know, what does it take to become a scuba diver?
It only takes 2 weekends, actually.
Wow.
So the first weekend is the classroom and the pool, and then the second weekend are 2 training dives, 2 on each day.
Cool. And you guys offer some snorkeling classes over at
We
MadisonScuba.
actually do. We find a lot of people enjoy snorkeling, but they aren't always necessarily comfortable in the water. Maybe something has happened to them in the past. So we work with them to make sure that they're comfortable and confident and find out that they can actually have fun in the water.
So snorkeling is more, you would say, more for folks who maybe have had some sort of experience and maybe aren't as comfortable in the water. Is that kind of?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Some people just don't want to go through the whole scuba diving class, or there's an issue there with maybe lungs or something like that where they need to stay on the surface. It's also a little bit less gear intensive, and you can just kind of pack your mask and your fins and your snorkel, and you can go just about anywhere.
Yeah, and it's really rewarding, especially if you get out to places where there's a nice barrier reef out in the ocean or something like that. If you
Definitely.
Yeah, my wife and I did that on our honeymoon, and it was very, very, very nice. What ages do you work with at the MadisonScuba?
We work with ages from 8 all the way up to senior citizens. So ages 8 are the first time that we can put them in scuba gear, and that has to be in a pool, and it's only going to stay in shallow water. Certification starts at age 10, and they go up as a junior open water diver all the way up to, we just recently certified a couple years ago a man who was in his early 70s.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you get all kinds of different age ranges.
We do.
It's very cool.
Yes.
So obviously you've had some experience doing scuba diving and snorkeling. Can you tell us, I'm just curious to know about your experiences. What's the best, most magnificent thing that you've seen?
The thing that I wanted to see the most, and I finally saw it, was probably a hammerhead shark.
Oh, wow.
It was only a brief glimpse. It kind of came within the peripheral vision, and it saw us and then took off, but I actually saw it. And then the other thing, as everybody can relate to, is a clownfish.
Oh, cool.
I saw some clownfish very, very close up in Fiji, including my husband, who's only a snorkeler, was able to see them also. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the clownfish, those are the ones from that's
Nemo's.
Nemo, Finding Nemos.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, there you go. You guys do some things to kind of help out our lakes here in Madison. Tell us a little bit more about that.
For about 6 years, we've done a cleanup in front of the Monona Terrace in connection with Take a Stake in the Lakes. So Dane County takes care of around the lakes, and they pick up all sorts of things, but we can get into areas that other people can't. So we dive down in front of the Monona Terrace, and you can't believe the interesting things that we find underwater.
I can imagine. I always see people out there, like, you know, fishing and so forth off of that Monona Terrace, so it kind of makes you wonder sometimes. But I'm just kind of curious. This is just a little thought that I had. How often, I mean, is it pretty regular for people to go scuba diving not in the ocean and just in our lakes, or, you know, maybe go along the Great Lakes or something like that? Is that something that's a fairly common thing for people to do?
It's a fairly common thing to do. In fact, last year we started some trips to Lake Michigan for rec trips, and there's a lot of great wrecks within easy recreational diving limits, 60, 70, 80 feet.
Sure.
In the Milwaukee Harbor. And so a lot of people who have that interest in machinery and history love to do the wrecks, and we have the best wrecks in the Great Lakes.
Yes, awesome. And you guys are kind of gearing up for summer, or starting to gear up for summer. What kinds of events do you have planned for this summer?
We dive every Tuesday night in the local lakes, Mendota, Monona, Devil's Lake kind of thing. And then we have, like I say, excursions to Lake Michigan, things that are within driving distance.
Sure.
And then probably the best one is at the very end of the summer is our pumpkin carving dive at the end of October, which is quite an adventure.
Pumpkin carving dive. Tell me a little bit about
You want to make sure you gut your pumpkin before you get in the water. And pumpkins are also very buoyant. They float, which is why we have pumpkin races. So you weight it down, and then you take your knife and underwater, and we're only in maybe 10, 12 feet of water.
So you carve a pumpkin underwater.
Carve a pumpkin underwater.
Wow, it sounds like quite a task. But JoAnn Hoffman, thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to have you.
Thank you for enjoying.
JoAnn Hoffman is the lead instructor for MadisonScuba, and that's it for Talk of the Town. And we will see you next time. Take care. Happy holidays.